and very abbreviated, what's the word? Given in short. Just forgetting the word which we use in English. We all know that one of the security guards' tools is a whistle, and they use it to alert rather than to warn others when there is a break-in or there is a burglary that's about to or that's going on. So God gave us tools in the Bible from which we draw lessons and which we also copy in our daily lives. If we go to Leviticus 23, verse 23, which we won't have time to turn to, we will find that God taught us to blow trumpets, to give warnings, as it is given in Ezekiel 33. And also, Ezekiel 3 also talks about almost the same thing where Ezekiel was made a watchman over Israel. This is what God has given us for our life, how to live our life, warning each other, whether by blowing a trumpet, which normally comes in the way of correcting each other. This way is wrong. Sorry, I'm just rushing through my message, so I'm twisting things. So that is God's way, the way that He gave us to follow. Then, if we read 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16, 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16, we find that God having given us a way to live, He has His way which will come almost the same way that He's training us to live. In 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16, it shows us that unlike the trumpets that are blown in Leviticus 23, verse 23, the one trumpet that is going to be blown there is the trumpet of God, which will be the onset or the starting point of the ushering in of His government on earth. So there will be a lot of things that will happen at that time, things of which, when they start happening, if we turn to Hebrews 3, verses 7 to 9, we should not be stubborn as to receiving God's word as we are being trained now, so that when that time comes, we will be able to accept it. We will be able to say, this is God's way. We have lived God's way throughout our lives. We have been obedient to God's way, and we've been obedient to God's way. So it will be very easy for us when the trumpet of God sounds, as is said in 1 Thessalonians 4, verse 16. I'm just rushing through my notes, and I'm not really going to be giving a full message. I'm just going to cut it short. John 6, verse 44 tells us, when we have been, had, I'll call them soft hearts or receptive hearts, receptive minds, which are receptive to God's calling. God will then assist us to be Christ's, like it says in John 6, verse 44. And we will be raised by Christ Himself on the last day, when that last trumpet is blown, which is pictured by today's holy day. I'm sorry I've had to just cut my message very short and just give you the few the references that I had written down. Otherwise, if I really give it as much time as it should take, we may spend maybe more than the time that the landlord would allow us to be in here. Very haphazard. I'm not blaming you, Tatela, but it has to happen the way within the time that we have to really be doing it. Right. So for our last hymn, before Douglas Katilima gives us the closing prayer, let's go to